better job. Anyway, uno, dos, tres.
Sober.
Uno, dos, tres.
All right, good job.
Man, this is the worst podcast ever.
It is.
This is Super Podcast number 144. And today we have the lovely and talented Crystal. Can I say your last name or is that not?
Yeah, have at it.
Schoenfeld.
And,
Close enough. And actually, my husband's been called shits and bits, spoon-fed, scrotum.
Spoon-fed, I like
so,
that.
Yeah. In basic training, he was actually called scrotum because of his last name. Because they couldn't say it.
I hope so.
That's my middle
last name.
Yes.
Yeah, we call Matt that for other reasons, but we don't really want to get into it.
Long story.
Very harrowing story. So, Crystal, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on Twitter?
I'm at Tar Heel Crystal. My first name is spelled Krystle. I'm sorry.
And why do you spell it like a black person?
I don't know.
Ask
my mother. I don't get it.
Oh, it's unique.
I don't get it.
It's very unique.
Well, and my first last name, the one, my maiden name, is actually really easy. It's 5-letter common. But then, now that I've changed, my old last name, my maiden last name.
Like the rapper Common?
Not like the rapper.
T-Chains.
But it was very common, and then I changed to this Schoenfeld. So not only can people not spell my last name, but they can't spell my first name.
I like that. Schoenfeld. That's really cool. Matt, you are snorting into your microphone. Could you maybe back off? Unless it's Mrs. Schoenfeld, I don't know.
Nobody listens. We have less listeners than a Baltimore Orioles game.
That's true. Yeah, under Baltimore Orioles game in Obamaland. Yeah.
So, I've actually been to an Orioles game. I got the tickets for free from the Ronald McDonald House. It was actually pretty fun, but
Did they know, or you just sneak into the house and grab their tickets?
No, they actually gave them to me.
Oh, you didn't push out a bunch of orphans and then grab their tickets?
No,
okay.
I thought about it, but because I had never been to a Major League Baseball game before, so.
Oh, how'd you like it?
I like it. I don't like baseball on TV. I am just not a fan of baseball on TV, but being there with beer and hot dogs, and I had just recently had a kid, so it was like one of the first times that I had finally had alcohol. So,
you can't enjoy baseball without alcohol. Baseball is one of the most boring sports.
Well, look, that's the only way you can enjoy it is at home, because you can turn off the TV and walk away and pretend that you watched the rest of the game, but you didn't, But when you're there,
I made a suggestion
screwed,
on how to improve the game, but nobody takes me up on my offer. So.
Does it have to do with nakedness?
That would be an option.
I would agree with that.
You give all the players guns. I think that's what you do.
That would work. Full contact, 7th inning home run derby. Let the mascots bat. Make it mandatory that the coaches fight at the end of it.
That would be sweet.
I'm on board.
If you could incorporate every other sport into baseball, that would be awesome. Like, every inning is a different sport. Like the 5th inning is curling, the 2nd inning is bowling. Like
I would totally be down with that.
That would be sweet. It would be
it mandatory to bring back steroids.
Because
when was the only time baseball was entertaining?
When Jose Canseco was hopped up on steroids.
Exactly. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa home run the whole year. I watched the shit out of that. Thank you, steroids, for making baseball entertaining.
I've literally never watched it on a regular basis. That probably makes me a bad American. I don't know.
Well, no, we don't either, but we're terrible everythings. So, whatever.
Man,
I get a lot of hate tweets from that too.
I think I respect people who watch. I used to watch it when I was a kid, because all Mexicans are legally required as children to watch baseball. But yeah, once I got older, I just kind of got sick and bored of it. It really is just very boring. But you have to respect you got to respect the historical, kind of.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's why I don't think people were too outraged when they canceled. They said, "Oh, you can't go to the Baltimore game."
They're like,
"That's okay. You weren't anyway."
Yeah, when I went, the stands were not very filled. I mean, it was pretty empty in there. I'll be honest.
Was there
we had the only people that we saw there besides ourselves were like season ticket holders. like just diehard fans that live
People
close
that
by.
are forced to be there because they spent money on them and they don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But they were nice.
Okay,
they were nice.
Matt,
it didn't get rough and crazy, so.
Matt, now you're like a mile away from your microphone,
Oh.
so maybe.
Okay, I'll continue the story.
That's better. Yeah. Just shove the microphone into your nose and. So, Crystal, tell us about your activities on Twitter. What do you like the most about it? Apart from following me. Do you follow me?
Yes.
Check that
I have,
quick.
yeah. I've been following you for, I don't know, probably a couple years, something like that.
Oh, I feel bad now. I'm going to follow you right now.
That's all right. I love Twitter because I like to meet people, and it's kind of difficult being a stay-at-home mom. So I kind of meet people, and then I went to CPAC this past year. I know, didn't turn out that well, but unfortunately, I didn't even see any of the good speeches or anything. But I did get to meet a lot of people, and I really credit that to Twitter. So
nobody really goes for the speeches. Like, the speeches are just there for people to sit and get over their hangovers from partying. So, don't feel bad for missing speeches.
Kind of pissed me off, actually, because I went to the IJ review party that Friday night.
Oh, those losers.
Awesome party.
I hate those people. Mm-hmm.
I got laid out. I'll tell you what. I was so, like, in the morning, I needed Taco Bell and Tylenol stat. Wow. But I was blown away at, one, they didn't have, like, anything scheduled that day.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, they had one thing scheduled, but it was, like, at 8 o'clock in the morning. I think it was Mark Levin at, like, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
It's like, who went to that? Who was even able to walk at that point in the morning?
People who wanted to be yelled at very loudly about the Constitution.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
By a very, very smart man yelling at them very loudly. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think that what they should do is if Taco Bell wanted to increase their stock. I think their stock is Yum Brands, YUM. Anyway, they wanted to help out their stock. What they should do is they should put Tylenol in every taco after 2 o'clock in the morning, because anybody who goes there is just going because they're drunk.
And Imodium.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Drunk or hungover, it is the best medicine.
That's true. Yeah,
maybe we should put that in Bernie Sanders' daily regimen.
I think he eats a big old bowl of sand, and then moves along as it. Yeah. So, Crystal, what did you think about Bernie? Are you voting for Bernie Sanders? You're a Bernie booster, right?
Oh, totes! I'm a huge socialist.
Oh, good.
And I like things that don't make any friggin' sense, like Keynesian economics. I'm a huge fan. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, totes. Gonna vote for him. Old and crusty.
What do you like about him? That he's old and crusty? Do you think
he's old and crusty? I'm really into that stuff. And actually,
do you think old and
what I
crusty
want to
people,
do
they don't have enough representation in the government?
Oh yeah, totally. Because Hillary, I mean, she's got the female old and crusties. You got to have the male old and crusties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. Mm-hmm.
And he looks like Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
He does kind of. I think he kind of looks like a. It kind of looks like a turtle a little bit.
He could have some sway with the Libyans.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he bought the. What did he do?
He sold them some pinball machine parts.
Yeah, but didn't they kill him? I thought they killed him at the end.
Well, yeah, they killed him, but then past Marty gave him a note and said, "Hey, Bernie Sanders, watch out for the Libyans." And he said,
"That's right.
I'm a socialist. You can't change these things." And then he died.
So the choice we have here is basically Hillary, who's going to let Libyans kill Americans, or Bernie Sanders, who's going to get killed by Libyans.
Right.
What kind of choice is that from Democrats? It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, and again, I was kind of saying this before you started recording, but I really don't think Hillary or Bernie are going to be, like, I think, to me, they just seem like decoys, because Hillary was a decoy in 2008. And I think both of them are going to, I think at the last second, Democrats are going to bring out somebody young, female, kind of make their own story up about some cute little story. It'll be last minute, so people will have a hard time vetting because they'll be strapped for time. I just see it.
So you don't see Webb or Malloy or O'Malley or whatever the hell his name is? No,
I don't think it's going to be a white male. I think it's going to be a female, and I think and I'm kind of looking, and I still haven't looked too much because I'm kind of afraid, to be honest. But I mean, there's Gillibrand, and then there's Kate Brown, and really, I think that they'd be best finding a minority female.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully that doesn't mean they're going to go for what is that lady from Texas?
Wendy Davis.
No,
she's not a minority.
No, the crazy one.
Or her mole is
who didn't know the Constitution or the Bill of Rights.
The black lady with the hats, with a spangled hat.
Sheila
That would be
Jackson
amazing.
Lee?
Sheila Jackson Lee. Thank
That'd
you,
be amazing.
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a hilarious campaign. Don't get me wrong. And now you're kind of
gets
convincing
voting
me.
rights.
Yeah.
Kind of convincing me that she should run.
She should. It should be
for
like
the comedy.
It should be Clinton and her as vice president, so they could run as cankles and spangled hats. Cankled spangled hats. That would be amazing. I would vote for that. Well, I wouldn't vote for that, but you know. I mean, I'm a minority, so I kind of feel the pull.
To that,
but...
What?
Yeah. Hey, why not?
I'm gonna have to
find anything on the internet. So you don't think
Rule
Biden?
34.
What's that?
Biden? Nothing? No, you don't think Biden will?
Biden, if he does, I think that everybody knows now that he's just. You know the saying in the South where they say, "Oh, bless his heart."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really think that that's what most people think of him now. Like, oh, you know, poor Joey Biden, poor Uncle Joe. I think that's. They know he's stupid. They like him. They like him.
But that's what everybody thinks about all the other candidates. So I think it's going to be Hillary. Like, they're going to hate it, but it's going to be her.
Just because they have no choice?
I think so, because that's what they feel about all the other... I mean, the other candidates are just terrible. Yeah, I mean, there's no way. Bernie Sanders, like, forget it. That guy. Yeah. And then Liz Warren, like, oh, jeez.
I could see her actually making a run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she says all the right things to these people that just want free shit.
Well, they're all doing that. All of them are like, oh, the 1%, they gotta pay their fair share, and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they're taking their money.
Oh, I just posted this on the Right Scoop. I found a little snippet buried in a Politico article where it said that Chelsea Clinton had run a small part of the Clinton Foundation. It's like Clinton Foundation University, where they arrange for field trips for kids or whatever. And they just recently the Clinton Foundation was accused of being a slush fund because they spend tons of money on trips and on administrative fees, and very little goes to actual work. You know, well, hers is one of the worst, and they found that it might be in the red for $700,000.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah. So,
oh my God.
So in a little
it's a $2 billion organization. Where did that money go?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, and now a lot of the donors are pulling out. Like, oh, nope, too much red flag going on here. Kind of afraid to donate, and like multiple. One guy, and he wouldn't disclose who he was, but he had recently donated like $500,000 or something like that, and he said, "Nope, I think it's time for me to get out of here."
You think that was a good idea? I mean, you know, giving money to the Chelsea Clinton, who said, "I tried to care about money, but I really couldn't." You know, I think that's the best person to take care of your money and organize your.
Well, to be fair, they're in good company. It's just a bunch of people that obviously don't give a crap about their own money. Or, excuse me, they don't give a crap about everybody else's money.
Mm-hmm. I want to know what's going to happen when Chelsea inherits it. I just don't. She has less charisma than her mom, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I don't know, and just something about her. But then again, I guess it's the same with Hillary too. Like,
Matt, your commentary is the baseball of this podcast.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Is that what y'all do? Just abuse each other all day?
No, we abuse Matt. He doesn't really fight back. He just kind of, faints a little. And yeah. That's basically it. You're invited to make fun of him. It's really fun.
That's all they do is they make fun of me the entire time.
On his birthday, though?
No,
I don't think that's right.
It was like 3 days ago. Nobody
Today was the fall of Saigon.
And it's also the anniversary of Hitler when he killed himself in 1945.
Think about it.
Your birthday was yesterday. Was it today?
It was.
Well, why are you whining then?
I came into the world and we lost Vietnam.
Well, Skype says your birthday's today, so you should really take that up with Skype.
Mm-hmm. Wait, it says it was today?
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit. Maybe they're still celebrating it in some western part of the world.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a pretty good day today. You should just make today your birthday, and everybody else.
Every day should be my birthday.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, like I said, Hitler killed himself on this day.
Wait, that would make
you try to make every day your birthday by trying to get into the spotlight all the time. So it's
I'm a self-aggrandizer.
Yeah. Anyway, shut up. So I have a story. There is so somebody online got me really pissed off, and it was a conservative, which kind of annoys me. But this is what happened. I want to see if you guys agree with me. So I was talking. I saw that Ray Lewis went down to Baltimore. Now look. I know Ray Lewis has a past. I tweeted about it. I said he put out a video. Did you guys watch that video where he's all he's like children, you gotta learn something. You gotta know something. Don't go out. Stay in your homes. Like, it didn't really make any sense, but it made sense in a very urban, kind of milieu. So whatever, it's fine.
Motivational type of way.
Yeah. Now look, I have to say, of all the black celebrities, I've seen very few people actually address this issue in Baltimore. And he did it. Now look, he's got a scummy past, he's kind of a scummy guy, but he did win the Super Bowl, so that makes him my hero. He makes him a hero to millions of black kids everywhere, and people who just like football, right? Fine, whatever.
Well, and a lot of people don't know his past, so it's not like they...
Yeah, right, exactly. So, but here's the thing. Put that aside. The dude went down to Baltimore, and I heard quotes from MSNBC. I thought they were amazing. He actually said, he was telling them, you need discipline, and you need to respect your elders. You need to respect your parents. You need to do what they tell you. And I'm like, dude, that is amazing. That is incredible. I mean, if there's anyone that these little brats, that these, little looters and rioters are going to listen to, it's going to be someone like Ray Lewis. So this is all I did. I was like, hey, Ray Lewis, God bless you for going down. There's no way he's going to read it or respond, but I just wanted everyone to know, thank you for going down and telling kids, to respect their parents and to have some discipline.
Uh-oh, you got blowback on it.
You know what? I was surprised I only got one, because I usually get tons of morons coming back at me. But maybe I should read it. Here, give me a second here. You guys come up with stuff while I look at...
Well, I hope this is juicy.
It's not very juicy at all, but...
You must get really awful names coming at you.
Just from you, mostly, but...
Okay.
I hope it wasn't me, because I did say...
It might have been you. It
might have been me.
I think it was one of your sock puppet accounts.
Oh, great.
I have been called a self-loathing, abominable sack by a feminist before. I think that was the best one.
That's actually pretty nice.
That's I mean, look, at least it's
it's creative.
It's creative, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of impressive. Oh man, I'm gotta scroll through tons of insults. Okay, here it goes. So Matt Dawson says someone gave the, and I don't even know how he did this. Someone gave the thugs and it was crossed out, and then it said #peaceful protesters free food because they apparently don't have free food. #EBT. It's like
what?
Like I said,
what?
So here's the thing. I gave him a chance. I didn't completely attack him. I said, huh? What does that have to do with that tweet? Because my tweet was, quote, we need to bring back discipline and respect for adults. Ray Lewis is in Baltimore. Where the hell are the rest of the black celebs? And he says it was an NFL team, black celebrities, and they missed the point. They're giving free food to people who already get free food. And I'm like, what does that have to do with my damn tweet? Now, it turns out that apparently the NFL and Ray Lewis actually were giving out food. He sent me a link to that. But whether they did that or not, why can't we just thank the guy for doing something that no one else is doing, and he's going down and telling these kids, you need discipline and you need to listen to your parents. That's amazing. We should praise that. It doesn't matter who this guy is. It doesn't matter, if he's giving out free food. Who cares? Like, don't we always say that the black community has to take care of itself? Well, here you have a black celebrity going and taking care of that community and saying and trying to instill good values, and we're still bitching about it. This is kind of like knee-jerk, ridiculous rage tactic that everyone on Twitter does. Like, no matter what comes out, you have to attack and you have to bring up the worst thing that you can possibly. And it's like, guys, for once, like, if someone's doing something positive, praise them for it. Because we can't make Twitter just this cesspool of hatred. That's what this podcast is for.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what we do.
No, I agree, and that's kind of like what we do on Roundtable of Extreme Liberty. We kind of, we actually make it a point to kind of go apolitical sometimes, do kind of like a reach out type of show, like, because we're not just all about politics and that kind of thing. Everybody's human, and
except for Matt.
That's how you.
Is that why you're?
You got to connect with people.
Is that why you're on the podcast? You're reaching out to Mexicans, to Hispanics, and
I don't have any respect for myself, so that's why I'm on here.
Oh wow! Wish I'd met you earlier. Anyway, so. But so this brings up another issue, is that I really think we should use this Ray Lewis moment as a stepping off point to try to pressure other black celebrities to, to go down there and talk to these people and try to encourage them. The thing that annoys me is that you see all these videos and people in Baltimore and whatever. It's really hilarious because these guys, like, they're rioting and they're throwing up their gang signs and whatever, but every now and then somebody will shove their CD in front of, like, MSNBC's camera, like trying to get marketing for their rap album, and it's kind of sad. Like,
I'm gonna burn this pizza place, but I want y'all to listen to my fresh beats.
Exactly. Now this is it's funny and it's sad, but it's also kind of this is the problem, is that the people there think that their only way out is the NFL or rap, and the problem is,
or basketball.
Right. I mean, look, at least in sports, you actually do have to have some discipline. So you will, learn that you need to apply yourself in order to get ahead. But with rap, it's like you just think that, spitting some rhymes with a heavy beat behind you is going to make you into Jay-Z. Like, that's ridiculous. And even those black celebrities and the rap artists will say that they work their ass off for a long time, and it takes a long time to actually become successful. But all they see is the videos where they're slapping their hose and drinking champagne and whatever. So
yeah, they kind of piss it away. They could have so much influence, positive influence. They kind of pass it away with shit like that. Yeah.
Well, and the best example is really Obama. He's actually done this a little bit. And again, this is another thing that annoys me about conservatives is I saw a bunch of people. They're like, oh my gosh, Obama said something about fathers not being in the homes, and I'm like, he's actually said quite a few things about that, and he set up a program to encourage kids to, black kids in the urban, in urban districts and Hispanic kids to.
Well, and that's how he grew up. So.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that people make these dumb assumptions and they don't actually, know anything about it. No, I really despise Obama. I think he's a terrible person, but that's one of the few things he's done right. But he should do more. He could be, and I've said this before on this podcast, he could be going to every single urban city in America and making speeches about, how you have to go to school and you have to be disciplined and you have to actually, have some character.
I do like how the mother that attacked her kid
she beat the hell out of him.
Oh yeah, she got a lot of good press.
Like, get the off the street.
Which normally, if that would have happened, we would have, been, oh my God, that mother beat her child.
Yeah.
Just for going to
he
an
was not even a kid. He
movement.
had to have been at least 16.
Oh, he was 16 or 17. He was tall. Yeah, I mean,
could you imagine if this was Occupy at New York and that happened, and it was a white kid and a white mom?
Oh, that would never happen because white moms don't smack their kids anymore. At least not on the coasts. It's illegal.
Can I say? Can I admit it? Am I allowed to admit it as a white mom? Can I admit smacking my kids?
Oh boy.
Probably not good, right? Scratch that. We'll move on.
We'll edit that out.
Oh boy.
But I will say that I did read Carmelo Anthony plays for, what does he play for, the Nuggets now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sent out a long Instagram post about how everybody should stop destroying Baltimore. He says we need to protect our city, not destroy it. What happens when we get the answers that we want and the media attention is not there anymore? We go back to being the same old Baltimore city again. If not yourself, then think about youth. How will this impact them? Let's build our city up, not tear it down.
Well, and see, that is the key. Like, it has to start with a community, and what I see in so many videos is these people screaming and yelling for help. But what they're talking about are things that the community should be able to fix. Like they're blaming, they're trying to get help for the drug infestation in the community, and it's like, guys, you are doing drugs. We're not forcing you to do them. In fact, the reason the cops are there are to get rid of the drugs. So if you want less police involvement, then why don't you get rid of the drugs? That's not, you're demanding that the federal government come in and do it. Well, how the hell do you think the federal government is going to get rid of drugs in your community? They're going to bring in more cops. I mean, it's...
Well, and obviously, Baltimore and cities like it have been run into the ground since the 1960s with terrible policies in place.
Are you about to smack that one?
You should go smack your kids.
Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel a smacking coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, little bastards.
Give us an online podcast, instruction manual on how to smack your kids, how to smack your white kids.
Mm-hmm.
Do you call them little gringos when you smack them, or is that just I guess you wouldn't.
No, I have names for them. It's Heathen 1, Heathen 2, and Heathen 3.
Oh, that's good. Are they not baptized? Is that why they're heathens?
No, they're all baptized, but I guess not enough.
Oh, okay. It didn't take. Sometimes it takes a few.
Yeah, it didn't take.
Yeah, we've been dunking Matt for years, and it's still
still spawn of Satan.
Yeah, we'll find little demons adhering to his soul, and it's like, man, what have you been doing?
It makes me more stronger. The souls that I consume on this podcast. Every guest that's on this podcast, I'm sorry, you're part of my soul collection.
You should really devour someone that has good grammar, so that you don't say stupid things like "more stronger." Yeah.
Well, it's in my head brain.
Oh, okay. Well.
Don't you live in Louisiana?
Yes.
Yeah. So
great state.
Par for the course, right?
Yeah. Which a majority of our guests come from Louisiana. Thank you.
Yeah. Lately, like we used to get the best guests that we can get, and then I put Matt in charge of getting guests. And guess what we get? We get every single person in Louisiana. We're halfway through the population of Louisiana. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Well, just wait. You're gonna see more.
Mm-hmm.
What do they talk about? Crawfish?
Louisiana. Yeah.
New Orleans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had one guy was like, "Hey, ain't your mom like my cousin or something?" And then they just
that was Joe Cunningham.
Oh Lord. Speaking of demons adhering to your soul, maybe we should get Bobby Jindal to do a exorcism on that.
I've tried to get him on the show. He just says, "Can you stop spamming my account?" I don't. No, this is not porn.
Is that you outside in the van? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Damn it.
You should tell him that we're going to get Ted Cruz on, and then he'll be jealous and come on.
Hey, I tried to get him too. He said, hey, email my guy that does this and then we'll just ignore that.
Yeah, and then he gave you a fake email. It was Ted Cruz.
It said bigjug69 tedcruznumbers.com.
How come Big Jugs always manages to make its way into the podcast?
I don't know.
Big Jugs.
Yeah, that's not a nickname for you, Christy. That's the Crystal.
No.
That's alright.
Well, Crystal's got to go.
Oh, are you taking
that
way? Do you got to go?
Yeah,
you got to go beat your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay,
I do.
well, beat
several
your kids
times.
Mercilessly. I'm sorry we ended on a very insulting note, but
not really.
Anyway,
you said Big Jugs. How is that insulting?
Oh, that's a good point. Well, tell everyone where they can find you on Twitter before you go.
I like her.
At Tar Heel Crystal, Krystle, And every Tuesday night on Vigilant Liberty Radio on the Roundtable of Extreme Liberty, it's on at 10 Eastern.
Awesome.
Every Tuesday.
And everyone should go listen to you beat liberals on that show the way you beat your kids in real life.
Yes, okay. Totally.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Do you just stay on, or do you want me to hang up? And
I want you to go away because I don't like you.
So everybody's doing this how-old.com, and they put their pictures on there. It's
bullshit. Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, yours says no picture detected.
Wow, maybe it's because I don't have a soul.
Mine says immortal. Actually, I photoshopped that in, but it says 46, which is bullshit.
Nah, you look pretty young.
I know, thank you. Yeah. And then they say crap like these other people in their 20s, whatever.
Yeah.
You can all.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to talk about that. So, hey, let's go to a commercial.
Some people say you have to go back to listen to the first podcast. But I say you go forward, then take a right, then another, then another. Now you're back at the beginning. I'll travel the world and find that gone listener. Our eyes will lock. I'll say, I'm gonna get you. And we'll laugh. Because it's a play on words. I used to wear a super Mexican mask long before they paid me to. I just liked it. But it chafes, and it smells like cheese. I like cheese. Alright.
So those were really good commercials that we just listened to just now. Yeah, they were great. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, the guy she was talking about, NBA star Carmelo Anthony marches in peaceful rally in Baltimore. See, I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to go to the freaking rallies and whatever. I want them to go and tell black kids to be more disciplined and go to school, and go to college. That's what I want them to do. I want them to tell that to every kid, but
it's this mentality. Like, it's not a black or a white thing. It's just a Democrat thing. It's we want to be your dad, and we want to take care of you.
Yes.
And
yeah. No, I was telling the drunken louts at the bar last night about the story, and one of the things somebody brought up is that, look, there's a lot of very, very poor white kids in not even urban districts, but in rural districts, and nobody cares about them. No one thinks about them, and they have the very same problems that black kids do, and Mexican kids do, and other Hispanic. Like, it's not a minority thing at all. It just has to do with being poor. And I know people who were white who got beat up on by the cops all the time, and it was just because they were poor. It wasn't. Well, I mean, look, they were doing bad things too. I mean, that's the issue that runs through all of this. But yeah, it's for them to make it a race issue is insane. It really it drives me crazy. I mean, I do think that that's might be partly that, but to think it's the whole thing.
You don't see any like riots in trailer parks. Which that would be, well, maybe there are. Yeah, maybe that's just a typical Friday night.
Yeah, no, they just call it a hoedown.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tornado coming. That's the cops. The tornadoes are the cops. The tornado's gonna come disperse the crowd. Literally.
You're funny.
Yeah, I know. It's not. Yeah. I'm not hitting on all cylinders.
No, that's all right. Well, you're getting old. You're getting old.
Yeah, so, I know.
That's what happens.
God.
No, you're doing fine. So, the other. So, all right. So we had a black NFL star and possible assistant to murder.
Yeah, that didn't help his rep, but
no.
Yeah, it was a good message.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It was a good message. We should support that. Yeah. Anybody who's encouraging any American, no matter what color they are, to be better, I think we should we should support that. And I don't care if it's Ray Lewis.
Are there any former Buffalo Bill stars that were once convicted of or acquitted of murder? that might have an opinion on the subject.
I don't know.
If you put your mind to it, you can beat any kind of
white woman.
Yeah. I was going to say rap, but...
oh, okay. That too. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask Thurman Thomas. You know he follows me on Twitter?
He's alive?
Why don't you...
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of Strom Thurmond.
Strom Thurmond. Yeah, completely different guy. Wow.
Oh, I played for the old Buffalo Bills back in the 1880s where we wore leather caps and we wore socks for shoes.
What?
But we called them the Buffalo Maroons back then.
Oh, Lord. Anyway. Yeah, so we had the black celebrity. Now let's bring up a white celebrity. So, do you know who Seth Macfarlane is?
Yes.
But what do you know about him?
Family Guy.
He's liberal, right? He's very liberal.
Yeah, oh yeah, very liberal.
He's got
sometimes he does. I will say this.
I was just going to say
fair liberal because
well, no, he's not. But he's
had
every now and then he has libertarian moments, is what he has.
Yeah, kind of like Bill Maher.
Yeah, kind of like him. Like he's
a clock. What do they say? A clock is something bullshit twice a day.
A gator craps on a clock twice.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, all right. So this is what he did. He did something really wrong and stupid. He posted this video of from the Baltimore protest, and it's this black guy, and he's right up in Geraldo Rivera's face, like right up in his face, and he's just yelling at him and screaming at him, and Macfarlane posted this and thought it was funny, and I'm like, wait a minute, like let me get this straight, you're a white liberal who's laughing at a poor black man in Baltimore yelling at a Hispanic guy, and you think this is great. And I don't know if he saw the whole video, because at one point the guy yells at him, "I want all white media out of Baltimore. I want all white media out of Baltimore." And it's like, is that really what you support? Macfarlane. I think he just posted it because he hates Fox News like everybody else.
Well, yeah.
And again, it's that kind of stupid crap that annoys the hell out of me, because that idiot isn't going to go down to Baltimore. You know what I mean? Like that's the other thing, is you haven't seen a whole lot of white Hollywood celebs and whatever speaking out about this stuff, and it's really kind of odd, because they definitely did it for Occupy Wall Street, and they did it for like Ferguson, but they haven't done it so much for Baltimore, and I really wonder why. But you definitely will never see these morons actually go down there and march next to them. You're not going to see Seth MacFarlane down there. What he is going to do is he's going to post this video where they're making fun of Fox News and they're screaming at Geraldo, the poor guy. Even though I don't really care for Geraldo that much either. But yeah, I just thought that was so ridiculous and so hypocritical and just typical of
which is kind of funny, since they are both employed by the same corporation.
Oh, good point. Yeah, good point.
They never say that. They're like, oh, the Simpsons made fun of Fox News. They work for them. What are you doing? They're the same employer.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But Family Guy sucks anyway. So I don't know why people like Family Guy. Family Guy is it's so derivative. I just don't find it. I mean, every time I watch it, I'm like, it doesn't make me laugh out loud. It just makes me chuckle.
Yeah, like they just got those. They got the same bit every show.
Yeah, right.
Oh, like that time where I met Prince and Freddie Mercury showed up and we played Clue.
Exactly.
I think it was Colonel Mustard. Prince.
Wow, that's brilliant. That was brilliant.
It's off the fly. There you go.
Because
that's exactly what he does.
Right. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. Yep. So the other guy, the other moron, is Michael Moore. I'd like to point out, he came out with some idiotic thing where he wants to disarm all cops. Like, that's his answer.
Oh, let me guess. He pointed out Britain as a.
I don't think he did this time for once. Okay. Yeah, he should have. I mean, that's what everybody does. But okay, so this guy is a huge hypocrite, not just because he's fat, because he's a fat hypocrite, but he's also a huge hypocrite in his stupid brain, because What I noticed is that, when the white kids were out in New York occupying Wall Street and whatever, he ran his tubby ass all the way down there
Yeah.
and spoke to them and whatever. But when the black kids are looting and destroying businesses in Baltimore, all he does is sit in his mansion and tweet.
Yeah. Because I mean, did you see? I watched a video today from your favorite people, IJ Review, and and it showed an interview with I'm guessing he's of Arab descent, of a pizza man, and he said then the protesters doused me with lighter fluid and said, let's get the pizza man, and they started throwing lit lighters at me, and he goes, you think they would have killed you? And he said, yes. So they are not differentiating down there. It is just utter mayhem. So yeah, they're not going to go down there. They're scared to death.
No. Look, they had this report where all of these people are praising the Bloods and the Crips because supposedly they've put away their beef and they're all they're joined together against looters and all that. And it's really weird because if you watch the news reports, they're kind of doing this weird this weird kind of homosexual thing where they're like draping all over each other, like they're putting their arms over all each other and stuff. It's really, I don't know, it just looks really odd to me. But anyway, not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Please don't make me bake any cakes for Crips, for any gay Crips and Bloods that are getting married tomorrow.
Or pizzas.
Yeah, deliver any pizzas. But yeah, so all of a sudden people are trusting the Bloods, the Crips, and apparently there's like a black guerrilla gang that they call them, the Black Gorillas.
Hey, we can't.
No, that's their name. I'm not saying anything racist. That's their name.
Oh, are you saying like GUE?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Which, by the way, people don't know this. Like a guerrilla, like somebody that is a militant. That doesn't come from the English guerrilla, like an ape or whatever. It comes from the Spanish guerrilla. Guerrilla is little war, and so a guerrilla troop is somebody who is like an insurgent, like somebody who's not really part of a regular army, but like a small, militia that isn't formalized. And so a guerrilla is really, it comes from guerrilla, and it's not a racist thing. Unless you say it because you're white, so you can't say that. I mean, you can't even.
There's a bunch of gorillas.
See, you can't roll your R's anyway, so you're kind of screwed. Dude, that was totally racist. I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
But I just you don't know how I spelled it though.
I would think. Look, you're an old white man now. I understand.
Such a nagger.
Did you see that? Did you see the councilman who just broke down and he's like, call him.
That was okay. Here's the surprising part with that on that clip. I wasn't surprised that he said it. I was surprised by Erin Burnett's reaction.
She just like, okay, that's cool.
Okay, yeah. Now if that was anybody else that said, you know what, just call him. She would have said, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut. I apologize if anyone was offended by that.
So this is the crazy thing. She is the same one that when they talked about that lady who was smacking her kid, she was just like, well, I don't know if I can approve of this. This is violence against a child. Like, she was all up and actually that happened right after the segment where the councilman went crazy and starts shouting the N-word. He was talking to another councilman about the black mom smacking her kid, and she goes, don't you think that kind of violence is a little troublesome? And he's like, what are you talking about? That's not violence. He's just disciplining her kid. And he tried to explain to her. It was really funny because he started slapping his hands. He's like, all she was doing is saying, you're not gonna be doing that around me. like, dude, okay, first of all, that's not really an explanation. Like, you're not helping Erin Burnett understand that that's just discipline when you're just smacking your hands. Like, I understand what he was getting at, but it was kind of funny because it's like, wow. Erin Burnett, all he was doing is bam, 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 bam. Like, oh, okay, oh, now that makes sense. Yeah, I get it.
Can I do that when I'm making points?
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
What I am saying right now, listen to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it.
That?
Yeah,
I like it too.
I'll do the Rush Limbaugh crinkling the thing.
Yeah.
That was a bank statement though. That wasn't a piece of paper. But
it didn't sound like a very heavy one.
no, they're doing this new thing where they're like, they're just like receipts. They're not really, yeah, they're really weird. I don't get it. It's really odd. Anyway, but that's a bank statement I stole from a white man. Yeah, I think that's also really stupid. I think it's, I mean, it's just, I find it really hypocritical. Like, if these people were really liberals, they would actually go down there and support this cause that everyone's crying and whining about. But they don't, because they know what we know, that most of the people that are supposedly protesting don't give a crap about Freddie Gray, or whatever his name is. Yeah, it's Freddie Gray. And they don't even know, Bill actually pointed this out. He found a bunch of signs that they had printed out, like these were, real signs that they printed out, and they spelled his name wrong. Like, they don't... It's like, jeez. Yeah, you're real serious about this issue, this cause.
Yeah, and what did they say? He has like 6 convictions, and one he could have been put away for 3 years, but the prosecutor threw it out because the jails. I can't remember the reason. I don't want to make something up, but it's not like he was an innocent guy. Not saying that he deserved death, but it's like every single thing that's any kind of police death. It's got to be.
Oh, it's got to be a conspiracy by racists, by KKK and the police, Although I have to say there actually are KKK members in the Florida police, but that's Florida. Florida's Florida's
exactly.
Apocalypse down there. Let's see. I wanted to talk about some. Oh yeah. This is the other thing. I really like is Jessica was making fun of me for this. You're a player on the Saints that keeps doing this. He posts these like really cool meditations on his Facebook, and they go viral. And then like the next day, Fox News has him on, or CNN has him on. And do you know what's the guy's name?
Benjamin Watson.
Watson, yeah, that guy is awesome. I really like that guy. He seems like a really decent guy. But the really cool thing is he'll go on there and he'll start talking about Jesus, like really earnestly, really in a really awesome way. And they just have to let him go. Like they got, they hate it. Like this is what I noted is that they will never allow Jesus Christ's name to be on network news unless it's black pastor who just got his church burnt down, or someone from the NFL, praising Jesus. I think that's amazing. I love it.
It's because it's like Rush said the other day, liberalism comes first, and all these other side things will be dealt with later.
Oh yeah. Well, just like Hillary Clinton, she had that statement, which was crazy. Did you hear this? Where she
no.
She said that she was talking about women's health and abortion and all that. And she said that religious people are going to have to, religious traditions are going to have to change in order to accommodate abortion and women's health.
Well,
like, we're just gonna have to change religious people. Like, that 80% of people in America who call themselves Christians, you all have to change, everybody, because she wants to make sure that we have as many dead babies as possible.
Said by the wife of the husband that signed the Religious Freedoms Act.
Oh yeah. Oh man, there's so much room for hypocrisy. I mean, yeah, there's so much hypocrisy there in her history. It's just amazing. But yeah.
And then she'll be at a Black Baptist church talking in a dialect about how she's no way tired, and talking about all this and getting fundraising and. Jesus, he went down and he confronted the rich. So yeah, we'll hear about that. But those guys don't have to change. We got to change.
No, we got to change. Well, who did change is Bruce Jenner.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Now, it's party affiliation.
Now, knowing you as I do, I just wanted to ask if he's encouraged you to come out and make your own revelation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I found out this week that I enjoy listening to indie music.
Did you really? Is it a real thing?
That's a real thing. And
are you going through a midlife crisis?
Times.
Like, I'm going to act like I'm a gay emo freak and like I'm 20 because you just turned 50. Is that what's going on?
I'm gonna start wearing my hair down my face.
You can do that. You actually have a lot of hair.
Actually, no, yeah, but it's all thick and curly.
Yeah, it's
I
all
would
curly.
I would look like I'd have to. I would just be a big bush in front of my face.
You're gonna have to iron it. You have to put an iron on your head. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. See how I cut you off from making a terrible joke? See how I did that? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
very good at that. Yeah, it's too bad we missed out last week because I had a lot of very, very funny things to say about that, but we've run out of time, so we're not going to get to it.
Yeah, I was. We were in Houston, so we got good news about Sarah.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that was. I'm very glad you got good news while you were down there. So that's great. That's cool. Let's hope you continue to keep getting good health news. But
Yes.
we're gonna shut this down, and everybody who wants to tell Matt happy birthday, he's a young and spry 53. Yes.
Hey.
And okay, 54 and a half. But Matt, why don't you tell everybody where they can find your loser observations on Twitter?
Saint RPH on Twitter.
Oh, that's great.
And,
oh, that's you? Oh, wow.
That's
okay.
me.
Oh, that kind of makes sense now.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Weird. All right. And do you have a gay Etsy site?
I do, and I will be at a. If you're in the central Louisiana area, we're having an art festival in downtown Alexandria that you can come and see me. I'll have a booth down there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. What do you have? Like all those Chewbacca paintings that you stole from that
all
artist?
kinds of. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good. Oh,
all
good.
kinds of crap that probably won't sell to the locals. They'll say, "What's this? I want a fleur de lis." Do you have a painting of an alligator? No. I just have this one of Reagan. Do you have any LSU stuff? So.
Well, why don't you do that before you go?
Because I got like 48 hours. There's no way.
Oh, you could whip something up real quick. But do one of those stupid washes that you like to do, those black and white, whatever.
What stupid?
You could do those in like 2 seconds. Alright, you go calm down. And you can find me at supermexican.com and supermexican on Twitter and Tumblr and Pinterest and Zazzle and The Right Scoop and all sorts of places. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time. No. Well, you shouldn't find me. I've tried to hide my account there. I'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Big jugs.
Oh, I played for the old Buffalo Bills back in the 1880s.
A self-loathing, abominable sack.
Wow, maybe it's because I don't have a soul.